Ladies and gentlemen, gather round because you're not going to believe this roller coaster of a tale. Strap in as we dive headfirst into today's sugary saga, featuring one well-intentioned sugar daddy, an eager sugar baby, and, get this, an amusement park. Ready? Let's do this. Our story starts with Rodney. Rodney, a self-proclaimed adrenaline junkie in his late 50s, who had been swept into the world of sugar dating thinking it would be as thrilling as skydiving or cliff jumping. Enter Margot, a sugar baby in her mid-20s, outgoing, bubbly, and absolutely down for some adventurous bonding time, as Rodney put it. Rodney was determined to impress, so he planned an extravagant day that would showcase his youthful energy. Where do you think our dear Rodney decided to take Margot? The amusement park. Yes, an actual theme park with roller coasters, water rides, arcade games, and, the ever-tempting cotton candy concessions. He thought it was the perfect mix of fun and romance, a dash of Peter Pan, if you will. But little did Rodney know, his meticulously planned day was about to spiral gloriously out of control. So, there they are, standing at the gates of the amusement park. Margot decked out in stylish, but completely impractical heels, and Rodney sporting a fanny pack, for that sophisticated adventurer vibe. They walk in, and instantly, Rodney is in his element. He's buying tickets for the biggest roller coaster, promising Margot they'll skip the lame stuff and shoot straight for the adrenaline rush. Now picture this. They're strapped into the double loop-de-loop nightmare of a coaster. Rodney is smiling ear to ear because adrenaline is his thing, remember? But halfway through the ride, it becomes undeniable that his 60-year-old body has different plans. An unexpected twist, and not just from the roller coaster. Rodney's breakfast from this morning suddenly decides to make a grand reappearance. Suffice it to say, when Margot looks over, she's met with a shade of green on Rodney that no kale smoothie could ever rival. Well, poor Rodney stumbles off the roller coaster, visibly shaken, but refusing to admit defeat. "I'm fine," he insists, forcing a nervous chuckle and a very shaky thumbs up. Margot, feeling a mix of concern and suppressed laughter, gently suggests a slower ride to ease back into the adventure. So, they make their way toward a wholesome boat ride that moseys through a fake jungle. Sounds good? It wasn't. As their boat drifts into the man-made river, Rodney attempts to regain his cool. But oh no, did the seat creak just a little too much as Rodney leaned back? Drama strikes. The boat tilts. Slightly. Okay, but enough to spark panic. Rodney grabs for balance and, you guessed it, falls into the very shallow, very chlorinated river. Cue the gasps of onlookers and Margot's horrified gasp, which quickly turns into uncontrollable laughter when Rodney stands up, drenched, chest deep in water that barely reaches 5 feet. Okay, fast forward to lunch. A little soggy, a little humbled, Rodney decides to redeem himself at the arcade. He zeroes in on the claw machine. "This one's for you, Margot," he declares with the determination of a man who's just been ruthlessly dunked by fate. After a few failed, more like 15, tries, he miraculously manages to snag a small stuffed unicorn. Margot squeals in appreciation, holding it up proudly, only for the head of the unicorn to pop clean off when she gives it a casual squeeze. The day continues with more ups and downs, literally, because Rodney, against all advice, insists on trying out the spinning teacups next. Cue another shade of green. By this point, Margot is doing her best to make the most of the chaos, even snapping selfies with a gamely grimacing Rodney. The grand finale? Oh, you're going to love this. Rodney decides there's only one way to cap off a day like this. Fireworks. Yes, he splurges on an impromptu VIP fireworks experience, complete with reserved seats and a romantic soundtrack overhead. It's the Sugar Daddy Hail Mary. And for about 3 solid minutes, it seems like the perfect ending, until the wind changes direction and ashes from the fireworks drift right onto their reserved seats. Imagine Rodney scrambling for cover, using the remains of his fanny pack to try and shield Margot. Romantic, right? So what's the takeaway here, folks? If you're trying to impress a sugar baby at an amusement park, maybe leave the roller coasters to the kids, the claw machine to seasoned players, and the fireworks. Well, maybe just don't. And remember, in the world of sugar daddy nightmares, chaos is always just one adventure away. Be sure to submit your stories, and who knows, maybe your wild ride will land in the next episode. Until then, keep it sweet, darlings.